While trading in cryptocurrencies, most of us have made some or the other mistakes. But most of these mistakes that we make are made unknowingly. So in today's video, we are going to cover top 10 mistakes that should be avoided while trading in cryptocurrencies. So if you are a cryptocurrency trader, this is something you really don't want to miss.
Subscribe to watch more videos like this.
Hello friends, my name is Soham and today I welcome you on Crypto Bulls Club, your one-stop destination for all the technical analysis and news from the world of cryptocurrencies. If you are new, please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon. This will notify you with all the new videos that we make, and we make new videos every day. If you like the contents that we are making, please smash the like button as well. Also, if you have any questions regarding your portfolio or any particular coin, head over to Telegram and join us on telegram.com/cryptobullsclub. So let's move on to today's video. Today we are going to cover some of the top mistakes that we should be avoided while trading in cryptocurrencies. So let's jump in. The number one mistake that we should be avoiding is the security breach. So most of the people that trade in cryptocurrencies would be knowing that there are multiple levels of security that is required for your wallet or the exchange that you are trading on. For example, the number one could be the two-factor authentication. Now you need to enable the two-factor authentication all the time, right? Because if, let's say, any exchange gets hacked and if they want to access your account, then the two-factor authentication would be very handy in that case. What are some of the two-factor authentications? One could be the obvious one, the Google Authenticator app. You need to install it from the iOS store or the Play Store, right? And have it synced up with the exchange that you're using. Number two, what you should be doing is for the passwords that you are setting for your accounts. Now, please don't set any passwords which are like, common to your name or are in, let's say my name is Soham. So if I just set a password of, Soham at 123, that is like very, very weak password when it comes to the crypto world. Now you need to have a very strong password, okay? Because never mind if you have, let's say $100, $1,000 or if, let's say $10,000, but why to give away free money to the hackers just like that and make their job easy, right? So the more cryptic the password would be, the more difficult it would be for the hackers to actually crack into your account. So do not save passwords like name at 123, or some guys even set password as password at 12345, or for that matter any of your birth date, marriage anniversary or anything of that sort. So make sure you have a strong password and you have enabled the two-factor authentication on your account. Now let's move on. The number two option that we have is that we don't tend to do the research properly before investing in any cryptocurrencies. Now, if you are trading in crypto, you would be knowing that there are multiple content sources that are available to us, right? Number one could be YouTube videos, which you are watching currently. It could be a research article, it could be a tweet or anything of that sort. But most of these contents mention at the end that you need to do your own research, right? But we generally tend to skip that part, and whatever a certain person is saying, we tend to invest in their ideas. Now, this is something we should be, refraining from, right? We should be doing our own research. What are the things that we should be covering while doing our own research? The number one thing about the project that we are investing in, what is the problem that they are trying to solve? What is their market capitalization? What is the team? How is the community responding to the token, right? And so on and so forth. By the way, if you want to know how to do your own research, we actually made a video on how to do your own research. You can click the eye icon above my head and you can actually view, the video on how to do your own research. So please make sure that you research thoroughly before investing in a particular project. Let's move on. Number three. I get a lot of questions from people saying that I want to hold a particular cryptocurrency for 5 years, for 10 years, for 15 years, right? And what could be the respective value of those currencies after those many years? For them, I actually reply with a one-word answer. You need to understand the market cycle of cryptocurrencies, right? Cryptocurrencies follow a certain pattern in the way they grow, right? So, for example, the last market cycle was at 2017-2018, and after that we had a extended bear market, right? Wherein we are trying to actually get over the bear market, and we are currently in a bull market. But how do we know that you are currently in a bear market or in a bull market? So you need to follow certain communities which will actually help you, and you need to read more about the cryptocurrency markets, right? So please understand the market cycles, because Bitcoin tends to correct by almost 85% on an average from its previous market cycle top to the bottom of the bear market. Now for me, if I don't understand market cycle, and if, for example, if I would have bought Bitcoin at around $19,000, I would have seen Bitcoin crash to almost $3,000 or $4,000 during the bear market, right? But if I have the understanding of the market cycle, I would know that the next bull market would be starting somewhere from around 2020 or 2021, and that would actually help me in placing my trades. So please understand the market cycles. Those are very, very important from an investment perspective. Now let's move on to the next part. The next problem that we see is people don't generally have a set goal before investing, right? So as we have learned right from our childhood, right, any activity that we do, we must have a definite goal for it. For example, let's say if I'm investing $1,000 in cryptocurrencies, so when is the time that I should actually be, selling those cryptocurrencies rather than holding them on for eternity, right? So if, let's say, for example, I have a plan to double my money. So what my target should be, the time when my money of $1,000 becomes $2,000, I should be in a position to sell, right? Because if I go for, more greed, and if I want my money to, from 2x, it can go to 5x or 10x, that is where greed comes into the picture, and we should always refrain from greeds and stick to our previous goals also. So this was a target that you should be having for the market, right? For your money to grow. Now, what is the thing that you want to accomplish with the money that you want to generate? Do you want to pay off some loans that you might have? Do you want to take your family to a vacation? Do you want to purchase a car? Do you want to make a down payment for a home that you are looking to buy? So you should have a definite target before investing in the cryptocurrencies. So that will actually motivate you and keep you on track with your goals, right? Let's move on to the next one. So the next mistake that we tend to make is quite common even in the experienced traders as well, right? So for example, the other day I just came across a person who was saying that Cardano is very cheap as compared to, let's say, a Polkadot. I said, how is it cheap and why do you say so? The reason he told me was Cardano is trading at around $1, whereas Polkadot is trading at around $40 or so at that point of time. Now I was actually very surprised, because that particular person has been investing in cryptocurrencies for well over 5 years, and after 5 years he has this kind of a perspective. What is the mistake in this kind of a view that we have? Now, we should always choose a cryptocurrency based on the market cap. Now, what is the market cap? The market cap is the value which we get by multiplying the current price of the token with the current supply. Now, Cardano might be trading at around $1, but its market cap is huge, making it around the 5th largest coin in the market currently. Whereas Polkadot, although its price might be high, around $40 or so, it has a relatively lower market cap, which makes it a smaller coin as compared to Cardano. So instead of looking at the prices, we should always be considering the market cap. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is pretty common across investors, okay? And that is FOMOing. Now, FOMO means fear of missing out, right? Or in other words, if I have to put it, we tend to chase certain coins which are pumping. So please understand something, right? We come to know about a coin that is pumping only after it has pumped to a certain level. And if you are entering that coin at that particular level, it is very, very risky, right? Because from the bottom, it has already pumped up by almost, let's say 100%, 200%, or sometimes even 400%. For example, last week we saw SafeMoon, pumped by about 400%. And when it was actually around 400% or 300%, people were actually asking me whether we should enter into SafeMoon at this point of time. Now, my suggestion to them was obviously no, because the risk to reward ratio is very high. The risk is very high as compared to the reward that we might be getting from SafeMoon or any other coin for that matter at a position when it has already pumped by over 400%. Now, I'm not saying that once it has pumped by 400, 500%, it cannot pump by another 500%. That is always there, but the risk of that coin coming down or correcting by more than 80% is much higher as compared to the reward of that coin pumping by another 200, 300%. So we should never ever be FOMOing about a coin, right? We should never follow pumps and putting our money in these coins. Moving on. The next mistake that we tend to make is very common across investors in the cryptocurrency and is more of a technical mistake rather than a fundamental mistake. That mistake is not putting stop losses to your trades. So if you're opening a trade, make sure you put a stop loss, because we never know in cryptocurrencies, right? A certain cryptocurrency might be increasing, let's say, by a rate of around 5% every day, but you never know that it may correct up to 30-35% in a day as well, right? So in order to protect the value of the money that we have put in, we should always be considering putting a stop loss to our trades, and this is very, very important. Moving on. One of the common mistakes that we tend to make is we fall for FUD. Now, FUD is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. For example, if you have been trading in India, some time back the news came out that the Indian government may be banning cryptocurrencies, and people just went on selling cryptocurrencies even at a loss of around 20-25%. Now, there was no official confirmation or official report from the government of India that they're going to ban cryptocurrencies. All of this was actually a FUD going on in the market, and people were actually selling in fear that the government may ban cryptocurrencies and we might not be able to even get the, let's say, even the 80% value of our money that we are getting, even if we are selling at a 20% loss. But what happened? Till date, there has been no announcement from the government, and the people who sold at losses are biting their nails that why did we do so, right? So always stay away from FUDs, stay away from fake news, and always what you can do to stay away from FUDs is you can actually come to our community channel at telegram.com/cryptobullsclub, and you can confirm with our community that whether if I am hearing a news, whether this is correct or not. Either me or someone else from the community would actually guide you and help you stay away from these FUDs. Moving on. Some of us who are new to cryptocurrencies might be amazed by the returns that the altcoins are giving us lately. Like for example, Dogecoin gave a return of more than 3x in a period of a week or so. This actually leads people to dilute their portfolio from Bitcoin or Ethereum and make the investments in Dogecoin or any other coin for that matter, right? Thereby increasing the risk of their profile. Now, what we should be doing basically is we should have a few altcoins which we should be tracking all the time, like some of the large cap, but the majority of your portfolio should consist of Bitcoin and Ethereum because these are the largest two coins that are available in the market. The altcoins, which tend to rise very sharply, they fall even harder. So your losses will spike up even before you come to know about them. So overexposure in altcoins is not at all recommended, and you should have a balanced portfolio. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see a video on how to manage or how to build a balanced portfolio as well. Moving on. The last mistake that I want to highlight is pretty common even in traders who have been trading for more than 5-6 years, right? And the common mistake is trading altcoins with the US dollar or any other stable coin. Now, while trading in altcoins, we need to understand that it's all about the opportunity cost. What is the opportunity cost? Let's say I'm investing $100 in a particular altcoin. What would have been my returns if I would have invested that $100 in Bitcoin? Let's say I invested in a coin which is valued at around $1, and at the end of, let's say, a 1 month, it gave me a returns of $2. It's currently trading at $2. But Bitcoin at that point of time was trading at $10,000, and at the end of 1 month, it is up to $25,000. So while that particular altcoin gave me a return of 2x, Bitcoin actually gave me a return of 2.5x. So if I am looking at the US dollar value, my portfolio would have increased definitely by 100%. But if I have to compare that with Bitcoin, I actually lost 50% of my value, because if I would have invested that much money in Bitcoin, I would be sitting on $250, whereas currently I'm sitting on $200, right? So always trade altcoins with Bitcoin, and you can also consider trading in Ethereum. So these are some of the common mistakes that we found that people are making, and we thought of highlighting this to our community. If you like this content, make sure to smash the like button and also leave a comment as to if these are some of the mistakes that you would have made sometime in the past. Also, make sure to subscribe to our channel. I would also highly recommend you to share this video across your network with all your friends that you have, not only with one person. I generally ask to share our video with at least one person, but share this particular video with as many persons as you can, because these are some of the mistakes that people tend to make every day while trading in cryptocurrencies. So thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Stay blessed, stay happy. Bye bye.